Ashmika from Adam and Alice Studios. Welcome to Fashion Evolution 2020. We have an amazing speaker from Indian High Commission. His name is Rohit Vadhwana, and he is here to talk to us on sustainability and international trade. Let's welcome Rohit. Hello Rohit, how are you?
Hi Ashvika, how are you? Hello everyone. Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you. I had many questions to ask, but I would allow you to speak. What is your voice about sustainability? And can you talk more about the articles that you wrote on sustainability and COVID? I think I will allow you to speak.
Thank you. Yes, I understand. I mean, you were more interested me to speak on or begin with that article, particular article that I had written on more of sustainable fashion and our lifestyle. I think that came to me more before COVID. In fact, you see, last year when I was seeing that Oxford Street and Regent Street, there were people, including me, we all were crazily shopping there. And the fast fashion that we know it today, like we buy it, we use it once, twice, and because they are cheap, we throw it and we go for the change, maybe for the color or maybe for the design. So that has led me to write an article, and the article was more. I titled it something like "I wear a socks with a hole in it." So I wrote something. Let's see if a socks or any other garment, even if there is slight scratch, we throw it away. So the main thing was that, have we ever thought how much effort has gone into making it? Uh, 1 meter of cloth, it requires maybe days of effort on the part of farmers, days of efforts on the part of the millers, and transportation, lot of water going into it, lot of manufacturing efforts go into it, and then finally it reaches to us, and then every man hour used to produce that one piece of cloth. If I have to do it on my own, if I have to make my own socks, it would take me easily 15 days, maybe, or maybe at least 10 days. But if I start from beginning, from seeding the plant till making it into wearable socks, it would be taking quite a long time. So with that thought, I decided somehow that I will not be at least part of that use and throw kind of fashion and system. And I started doing and following, or rather I was already on that path of following or going towards minimalism. So when I say minimalism, I would not be able to say still that I don't go for style or luxury or brands. I do go for them. I am still I have still some likings that I like only particular type of stuff. But what I am reducing now is just using and without properly utilizing, having proper utility of that particular piece of cloth, I do not throw it. So I go with less but better use. So that has somehow changed my orientation towards fashion. And then last year, during that fashion week, when I was at your studio, you had also presented a very good picture of how people, farmers, and everyone involved in the fashion industry, some of them not getting fair wage, some of them not getting rewards for their labor. It is only at some peak of the pyramid where the profit is accumulated. So all these things, and then you also spoke on gender equality and racial equality in fashion. So I think this all have made me more sensitive towards that idea. And I really feel that we as human beings and as people who can impact this idea should start living on that way on our own. Yeah, I am speaking as an individual, as an author. Not I'm not giving the government's view, but what I still mean to say is that the governments are also hopefully and more or less coming out with good good legislations. There may be slow progress somewhere, and somewhere the progress might be fast. But wherever we are going, we are trying to go towards more sustainable fashion, more sustainable way of lifestyle, and this is more important. You all might have heard about Gandhi. Gandhi was a man who was born in India, Porbandar. He came to England, London, for studying his law. After being barrister, he returned to India. After practicing for some time in India, he went to South Africa. All going just like we live our life. We study, we struggle, we establish ourselves. He went to South Africa. He started working towards the cause of those who were meeting with injustice. And when he returned to India, on his return to India, he decided to take a tour of the country. And during his tour to the country, he realized he saw a very poor lady who had only one cloth, half of which she was wearing and half of which she was washing. So this may not be a true incident, or this may be a true incident, but the point is that he was so much sensitized with this incident. He declared that I will wear only one cloth on my body to cover up my modesty. So he, after that, lived with only one cloth, loin cloth, throughout his life. He was such an influential leader. And he started the movement of Khadi, Charkha, which was more of a lifestyle for the rural people than a fashion or than a cloth. So it became a lifestyle. So it also came into practice as a brand which, or as a practice which led people, inspired people towards freedom, towards that unity, and towards that respect to each other and uniformity. So though the idea is different, but when I speak of sustainability in fashion, I would like to go back to, or saying that the kind of clothes we wear, the kind of inputs go into them, and the way we present ourselves, they are important things. They are very important to promote, to follow, and also to maintain the sustainable fashion. So, my idea towards that is that I, while I go minimalist, or if not exactly minimalist, then at least utilitarian kind of thing, which you can say that as per the requirement. But I certainly would like to see that the fashion and brands using which are using these principles, I would certainly prefer them. So that is a responsible buying. So first thing I would like to say to everyone is that go for responsible buying. It is you, it is me, it is we, the customers, who can make the change in the first instance. So, as customers, let's go with choices which are greener, which are friendlier to the earth, which are friendlier to the climate. And also, let's go with a way of lifestyle we do not waste. We do not waste in terms of fashion. We do not waste in terms of production. So, the question that comes in reaction to that, what about the growth? If we do not, if we go like less in buying, what about the growth? What about the employment generation? So, I would rather say that it is less is more. One, when I say less is more, is that we need to come out from the mentality of paying less. We have to pay more for the work which is just enough, not more. So, and then the cost does not need to be like £5 a shirt or £3 a t-shirt. It does not need to be like that. The shirt or something. I mean, we have to just simply compare. A pizza cannot be costlier than a shirt, right? So this kind of attitude, I think we have to inculcate. Governments and organizations are working very hard. Those who are committed towards sustainability, they are doing very well in this direction. Some of them are coming aggressive, some of them are working in a kind of educational way. The United Nations, it has given its goals, sustainable goals, and many governments, including Indian government, including UK government, they have their goals towards going climate friendly, and these all are the activities which will lead us to more and greener, more climate friendly lifestyle and greener earth. So I think on this, I would, I personally feel that when we speak of our change in lifestyle, the COVID situation has come into as a break to our life, as a break to our fast moving world, and has given a breathing space to recalculate, recalibrate our lifestyle. How how do we change from here? Or shall we change? 100 years after Spanish flu, something has come which is not going even after a full year. It is almost a year now since we have encountered this pandemic, and we are not yet not very close to vaccine that can be given at the global level. So still, at least a few months somewhere in the line, we are not out of this pandemic. So this 1 year plus time, maybe 2 years, who knows, or maybe like Spanish flu, maybe like 3 years. But whatever time this pandemic will last, it has given us a message. And during this pandemic, I feel we have realized how much we actually do need to live a happy and healthy life. Now, this is more on need. When Gandhi said that there is enough for everyone's need, but not for greed. So that's true. If we live for our need, if we live for the sustainability, if we live, we are 7+ billion people on this earth. Every year, every 12 years, we are adding 1 billion people. And just understand this earth cannot survive this much of burden. Every activity that we conduct, even breathing, one breath releases some carbon dioxide. My speaking, my sitting, my eating, my sleeping, my working, my going, coming, anything I do adds, in a way, a smaller burden on this Mother Earth. How much resource can we use from this earth? And that too for useless activities, for useless value system that we have created in a way of a lifestyle which is not required at all, which is not at all sustainable, just to follow a certain kind of fashion principle or style that is somewhere prevailing in this world today. We have been exploiting the resources of this earth. We are burdening the Mother Earth more than our need. So I think this pandemic has given us a very good message, and we have an opportunity to change. We have a chance to change. Unless we do that, there, there need not be any world war to affect our lives. If climate change or any such climatic or natural reaction comes to our burden that we have created on this earth, no one will be able to fight against it. And we have now realized how powerful we are. Our power is just like nothing, because a small invisible virus, we are yet not able to fight against it. We have not been able to find a proper medicine. We have not been able to find a vaccine. So all our science, all our confidence is now has come to a real situation. We have seen the mirror where we stand today. And with this, I am sure, I think real message has reached to everyone. We don't need to rush, we don't need to race, we don't need to continue with this maddening lifestyle, this fast fashion, uh, consumption. We need to consumerism. We need to somewhere slow down and go responsible. When I say slow down, I mean go responsible. Go responsible, respect those who are in that field. So respect those practices which are friendly to the climate and earth, and who are responsible towards the last person working at the end of that village or that small factory for the products, or that farmer who is producing something. When everyone gets their fair share, I think wealth is enough. And even when we say that if we are growing, I just want to highlight the contrast before I end it. So when we say we are growing fast by buying more, by selling more, by conducting more transactions, if we are growing fast, the wealth is accumulated at one part of the pyramid. I say farmers are poor, laborers are poorer. So this difference in, or the inequality, that we need to reduce. Once everyone starts getting their fair share, everyone is rich enough. And when this reaches rich to the last person, I think our earth, our society, our system will be much happier and better and well functioning. And that's, I think, my message for you
Yeah,
all today.
thank you so much. You have given me a different insight to what where I stand, but we stand on the same grounds. Obviously, I run fashion business, and I love fashion as a business as well as to wear clothes as a woman. Of course, we have to flaunt in fashion, but even as my personal shopping behavior, because we have grown in India, we have been very cautious about what we buy and find a natural way of living. Yes, coming to we like you, I've come into this country to study and to establish my business and so on. It also startled my thoughts how the younger generation in this country, I mean, I don't want to be very judgmental about it, but how the future generation, be it in India or wherever, how they are thinking without consciousness of what is going to be impact of our action. And you have made a point like in a very different way, giving Gandhi as an example. Obviously fashion industry is different. Gandhi is an
No, but
idealism.
I see there is a perfect sync, Svika. And then fashion brands, like you have this responsibility where, and I feel, I mean, it is the first responsibility not only of consumer but also of the producer. So as a fashion brand, you can be there, use of natural fabrics. I think you are already promoting, right? Ensuring that the fair wages and ensuring that the responsible practice, this is what we expect from fashion brand. And of course, I mean, I never said that I will go with one loin cloth on my body. I can't do that as a diplomat, as a person who is living in this world. But the point is very simple. If I buy something, I will respect that cloth. Of course, no fashion designer will wish their cloth to be bought, worn once and
And
thrown.
throw,
I mean,
exactly.
I will respect that, and that's what my message is. Whatever you buy, you respect that fabric, you respect the labor and the design that has gone into that, and that's the true respect for fashion designers and fashion industry people like you. And I think what I believe is perfectly in sync with what your, as a fashion industry, goal might be.
Yeah. Can I ask another question? It might be like, because you are coming from the government background. So, besides telling the customer, obviously, because everyone is like, it is on, works on economy, right? We should
Right.
have the economy to buy value elements, but the economy forces the lifestyle that we are living, forces some of the consumers to go for cheap options because they don't have that kind of lifestyle. So and what are the factors that could allow even people like who cannot afford to have a value to respect people in the fashion industry or the communities
So
around us.
I think, see, the responsibility on the part of the government, and now more or less, if I can say about Indian government, what I'm seeing here about UK government, so I'll speak more on Indian government. See, what we are doing, what the government is trying to do to kind of ensure this all whatever points you have raised, is that minimum wages should reach to the people who are working in the companies, right? Similarly, the farmers, we are trying to double their income, and that's why their inputs and other facilities we are giving. Government is ensuring certain minimum uh, amount of income to the farmers. So these are the things I think we are trying to do so that ensure the livelihood of farmers in the last corner of the country. That is one thing. Second thing, we have to make it climate friendly. We have stopped or ban using single-use plastics in India. So complete ban on single use of plastic. Similarly, in other industries, we have given directives that you should use jute bags to pack
Yeah,
this
yeah.
material. You should use cloth bags. Government has done very extensive campaign on no single use of plastic, promoting clothes bag for shopping and using them. So yes, governments are doing, and affordability is of course required. So there nothing should go beyond affordability. When I said that the shirt should not be cheaper than pizza, what I meant to say is like uh, something like branded items which you are selling in the high streets, how can it be cheaper than pizza? That was my point. So, but anyway, that point is we have understood. I mean, you have taken it in the right spirit. I'm just saying that governments are certainly trying to do. Governments are putting up new and new legislation. It takes time for people to adapt to that. It also takes time for the industry to adapt to that. Disruption is the last thing perhaps government would like to make, and that's why it is a progress, incremental approach that government is. And I'm happy. I mean, I don't see that governments anywhere in the world, or maybe at UN level, at uh, countries like ours, our government have not closed their eyes. The government are very responsibly following this. And yes, the change will be not only by people, also by government. So it will be like both sides changes that I'm seeing in future.
Interesting. I hope it is not. I mean, we see those activities in India, but I'm sure such activities and legislations could be passed from the UK government as well. Because plastic is an element, from what I see. If there is no plastic, people cannot make cheap clothes because it's all like cotton polyester blends, and people want to go cheaper because polyester is a man-made fiber. So, well, that has been my point of argument as well. But it's definitely a good insight to have a different opinion from where you come from and the background you've come from. But very interesting, and very thanks for joining. If you would like to share more thoughts or anything, just please let us know, and we would love to hear from you in future again. And we will meet soon after the COVID.
Sure, I think, yeah, I hope this now goes away quickly. This has made everything difficult. No, thank you very much. Thank you. We might have somewhere, divergence of opinion, but the final goal for all of us is the greener earth,
Yeah.
sustainable fashion, and equitable lifestyle for everyone. I think
Yes,
these three
exactly.
are our main aims.
Yeah. Yeah, that is what we are trying to promote, at least give value for creatives, value for artists. There's so many beautiful
Exactly.
talents. I mean, like I'm an artist myself, and I'm sure your wife is an artist. We struggled. It's not because like we don't have talents. That's what I normally felt, because people cannot
Hmm.
afford to buy from us, from the value brands, when they have much cheaper option. So
Exactly.
that is where we are fighting. So, well, I have raised voice. I'm sure many people, many brands, they do know, but they might not have raised a voice, or yeah. I'm trying to build.
Different business models, I would say, different business models for them.
Yeah. So yeah, I think big corporates can open doors instead of making more products. Open doors for such younger brands to thrive and grow, equal opportunities, and I think, in my opinion, could make a difference. Of course, in terms of commercialization, it can go down, but it is about building a value in our community and in our system.
True.
It's my thought. Anyway,
Thank you. No, no, I
thanks,
appreciate. I
thanks for
appreciate. Thank
joining,
you
and
very much.
thanks for
Thank you for
being.
having me here.
Yeah, yeah.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.